We have some developing news about the climate. The UN Weather Agency just announced there is now an 80% chance global temperatures will surpass the 2.7-degree increase agreed to in the Paris Climate Accord within the next 5 years. This comes as the European Commission reports last month was the hottest May in recorded history. That's the 12th straight month of record-breaking global temperatures, increasing the risk that more people could die globally from heat than ever before. UN Secretary General António Guterres spoke on the issue for World Environment Day today. Take a look.
We are playing Russian roulette with our planet. And we need an exit ramp off the highway to climate hell. And the truth is, we have control of the wheel.
Guterres went on to say that these impacts are dangerous for all of humanity. ABC News chief meteorologist Ginger Zee and head of ABC's climate unit is here for more on this. Ginger, this new UN report warns that we are very close to failing to meet these Paris Climate Accord agreements and that the world is likely to again temporarily surpass this 1.5-degree Celsius mark. Right. What do these numbers mean? How significant is this?
It's so hard because 1.5 degrees Celsius was set at the Paris Agreement for just a benchmark of saying, I don't know that we'll get there, but let's make that the cap. And unfortunately, we've surpassed it many times temporarily. We have to surpass it for a 30-year average. That way it takes into account natural variability so they can talk about El Niños and La Niñas. And over that time, it'll be 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels. Either way, it's kind of arbitrary because we're already living this change. We are already living the extremes. And I think more importantly, I have in my hand here, globally, we saw more deaths from heat than ever before. And all of these names on all of these pages are from one county in Arizona, Maricopa County, where Phoenix, Arizona had 645 heat-related deaths, a record number for them last year. And we will keep seeing those impacts as these heat waves become longer duration, more intense. And I think that's where we really have to focus rather than just 1.5.
Yeah, but hits home what these numbers mean practically every day in everyday lives. Those are lives
lost. If we had 645 lives lost in a hurricane, can you imagine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What stands out to you most from this other report as well about this 12th straight record-breaking month of heat?
Right, so 12 consecutive months. A lot of times you don't have 2 consecutive months where you're breaking it. We did one time before in 2015 and 16 have 12 in a row, but it was not this hot. We made it to 1.63 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels. You can see the year right there, our 12-month stretch. It's the margin of how far away it was from the old record of 2015-16. And I think that's what really gets me is that, yes, El Nino is a huge part of this, but this global data is here for us to read and realize that it is a combination of multiple things, and we are certainly one of those variables.
Now, the UN Secretary General says it's climate crunch time. What do you think he means by that, and what more can be done about this?
So, every climate scientist will tell you, and most of them, I should say, would tell you that cutting fossil fuels immediately, because Guterres says we've got our hands on the wheel. We have control of this. But cutting fossil fuels as quickly as possible is how we're going to do it. The United States has seen a decrease in our emissions. But everybody will say, yeah, well, what about China? And you're right. We have to say, what about China? That is more than double our emissions currently. Even though we still hold the legacy load, we've put out more over time. China is huge, and we have to see a global reduction in emissions. But I also want to remind everyone, part of China's emissions are everything in our lives that we have that is manufactured there. So some of their emissions are ours as well.
All right, ABC News chief meteorologist Ginger Zee. Ginger, thank you.